I am so far from being a prostitute and so far from being even an escort. I'm a sex artist and I did not pick that job. The job picked me. My name is Riley, though some people call me both Riley and my full name Rebecca. I grew up in Canada, in a small town outside Toronto, but we always said we were from Toronto because it sounded cooler, even though it was really just suburban, to be honest. Let me tell you about my childhood. Damn, where do I even start? Short version or long version? Okay, both. So I was born in America, actually. My dad was this super cool musician and composer making some pretty amazing soundtracks. He's the one who had this master idea of making us, my twin and me, born in America. When my mom got pregnant, he woke her up in the middle of the night and told her, we're gonna have the kids in California so they can be American and sponsor us when they're 18. From the start, my dad used us kids as the key to America. He was obsessed with America back in the 80s when it was actually easy to come and immigrate. So my mom arrived when she was 2 or 3 months pregnant and my dad did his music thing. And we were born, my twin and me. My childhood was very good with my mom. She's an amazing woman, a complete unicorn. 100% Irish, first generation Irish in Canada. She's this woman with drive and ambition, like the ultimate role model. My mom made sure our childhood was going to be stable. My dad, however, every chance he was destroying all my mom's work with little things he would do. He was very much a marginal guy. He didn't put a lot of rules down. He bought us scooters very early and let us go with my twin until really late at night, where we could really get in a lot of trouble. My dad was very oblivious about danger. My mom was super careful with us, almost not letting us breathe and grow up. When we'd go to my dad's place, it was the complete opposite. So it was those two extremes. They fought a lot, absolutely. My dad was in and out of my life. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. I called him the clock because he was this weird. Back and forth, back and forth. And I think he created some type of daddy issues, especially because he was always asking me why I'm not like my twin. Why aren't you like her? Why aren't you like her? The problem with being a twin is when you're a single child, you're taken as is. But when you have a twin, suddenly you're always compared. My point of comparison was this very mellow twin, very, very mellow, and I was the super hyper child. My parents thought something was wrong with me. Nothing was wrong with me. It's only wrong if you compare me to a very mellow child. Then something's wrong with me because I am not a mellow child. So it was actually difficult to be in her shadow all the time. I knew my twin like myself. She was half of me. And I was always wondering why the fuck they wanted me to always be like her when she wasn't very interesting, to be honest with you. She had no talent, she wasn't creative. At 6, 7 years old, I was writing poetry and my IQ was actually superior. So it was very strange to be compared to somebody so mellow and insignificant. Was I a bad girl? I wasn't a bad girl, I was hyper. In high school, I wasn't particularly getting in trouble. I had a lot of energy, so my mom decided on gymnastics and all that energy made me a champion. At 13, 14, I was doing nationals. I was on my way to the Olympics until I fractured my ankle. But yeah, I pretty much transformed my energy into talent. My whole childhood was about being a gymnast, so no boys, no flirting. My twin sister had 5 inches on me, a whole little head on top of me. So she was the model and the beautiful twin, and I was the talented gymnast. I kept my spot like that, and I was happy. Was my childhood chaotic? My parents' relationship was. The way I grew up, my mom made sure it was stable. My dad destroyed a lot of that. But overall, quite normal compared to most kids. After I got out of school, I didn't have jobs immediately because in Canada, it's completely different than in America. At 16, 17, my mom is a teacher and she's very scholarly. My twin sister was the super child in school, very scholarly. I was good half and half. If I was interested, super great. If I wasn't interested, super bad. Mathematics and x equals y, parenthesis, you lose me there. But give me language and history and I was good at that. But what I started doing at 17, my job pretty much at 16, 17. In private school because my mom wanted me to be scholarly and graduate. Instead of doing that, I was surrounded by rich kids. And I put A and B together real quickly. The supply and the demand. The demand was they wanted weed, but the supply was 0. So I decided to go to Amsterdam with my boyfriend at the time. There was this bus called Odyssey, a package deal bus. Breakfast Toronto to Amsterdam. I had the idea. Let's go to Amsterdam, pick up some weed, and then sell it to the private school rich kids. So I started doing that, and I actually had the monopoly, absolute monopoly, for at least 60 miles around. People would literally travel to buy my weed. I had 5 different types. I would go to coffee shops in Amsterdam, take the bus, and cross the border of Netherlands, Belgium to Canada at night. The chance of customs stopping the bus was pretty much zero. It never happened. I went 32 times between when I was 17 to when I was 19. My mom found a couple kilos of weed. It was only weed. I never dealt with anything else but marijuana because I believe in it. It's this amazing thing that makes you feel good. I got caught by my mom and she sent me to America. This is how I was sent to Santa Cruz, where I was born. Very bad idea because everybody grows in Santa Cruz. The first guy I met was Kevin at the smoke shop when I was buying rolling papers. He started asking me questions. Where are you from? Everything. Do you want to manicure the weed? Clip the weed for me? Sure, so this was my actual first job in America, clipping weed. My mom was trying to save me from weed and she sent me to the weed town. Recipe for disaster. I cheated on my ex-husband with Kevin the day before my wedding. I did. He would slap me if he knew, but I needed to know and put something aside. I didn't have a bachelorette party like all the girls before I got married at 19. I was like, that's it. Just one for life. And I had such a big crush on this gorgeous guy that gave me my first job. So yeah, I cheated on my soon-to-be husband the night before my wedding. Judge me, motherfuckers, I did it. I was young, I was 19, I didn't know better. And I'm glad I did, now that I know what I know. So I got married. No kids though, thank God, no kids. But at one point in my life, yes, I had some abortions with the same guy over 9 years. The first time I was 17, I was more ready at 17 than I was at 24. The last time I got pregnant from him, it was super toxic with him. I think because of him, today I don't know what I want in life, but I know what I don't want. Anything close to what I had with him, I don't want. I'm a late bloomer. I started my life as me without him at 26. My life started at 26 years old. I'm pretty much 12 years old when it comes to experiences and progression. I was in a plateau for 9 years, one extreme to the other, 100%. I was a little housewife and was good at it. It's MySpace that shattered everything. I'm one of the first social media victims. He left the page open and was talking to a gang girl from the Nortegos. I was so confused. Here's my best fucking friend that I knew for 9 years, Bonnie and Clyde, my everything. And I realized he was cheating on me using MySpace with a bad, not good-looking Mexican girl in a gang. I was thinking, this is how you're gonna leave the American dream with me? This became a fucking nightmare. Trust me, he regrets that choice. This girl must have made his life hell. He had a kid with her and the gang after him. Karma is a bitch for sure. That's my story of how I divorced. MySpace made us divorce. Social media will wreck your marriage if it's not strong. If something as weak as MySpace broke us, it wasn't strong, it was just an illusion. After that, I had my ascension in the corporate world. I worked at the wharf, those shops. The name was Outdoor World. They fired me when I was on my knees folding jeans and putting them on the shelf like a good girl. They called me over the microphone to the office. You're 20 years old. You don't know why you're getting called. Maybe it's for a good thing. It's not. They're firing you just like that. You're awesome, but you need to go. Not really any explanation. I quickly understood the corporate world's little cheeky things. After that, I worked at cosmetics, selling makeup. I was so envious. When I go to Neiman Marcus and Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom, seeing all the girls so cute at the counters, all dolled up. I saw a job offer for Chanel. Hello, I'm Canadian. I went to the interview, one of those group interviews that's enough to give you a heart attack. All those girls, the managers, everything. If you don't have confidence, you're gonna fail. They asked why I wanted to work in makeup. I was like the 4th or 5th one, so my head was going, what are you gonna say? My turn. I met this woman in Los Angeles who told me that woman's best friend was diamonds. I told her woman's best friend is makeup because without makeup, you don't get the diamonds. That's how I got the job at Chanel. Not knowing fucking shit. They gave me the secondary interview with all the managers from Neiman Marcus. I made up this biggest story ever that I worked on the Champs Elysees for Chanel. I knew they'd never actually call and verify. It's literally the biggest store on the most famous street in Paris. I don't know how I got away with it, but I did. Next thing you know, I'm becoming the best seller at the counter. I was doing really, really good until this weird recession in 2008. There was this little dude in those stupid morning meetings where they brainwash you. That 8 a.m. morning meeting where they want to push Neiman Marcus credit cards. I had such a hard time hustling those poor clients, well, rich clients. Even rich people, I had a hard time hustling. I'm Canadian, we live with what we have. No. Credit cards. We don't try to make people sign for stuff they don't need. That morning meeting, this regional manager tells us we have to kill our commission by 30% and give 20% back to Neiman Marcus. I went to the middle and said, yeah, but why? What's next? Everyone's faces showed it wasn't okay. You're making us wake up at 8 a.m. when my shift was 1 p.m. to hear this bullshit from this little dude telling us we're giving back our commission. To Neiman Marcus? No, bro. So I walked out, then I worked at a bank. I loved it actually. It wasn't as much money, but something about that bank. I don't know, it was my little bank. I'd call everybody by their name. I liked the dynamic. I was a little teller with my badge, taking care of the vault and ATM. They gave me more stability, and I guess it was comfortable. We got robbed and stuff, yes, that's another story. It wasn't me getting robbed though. I was in the vault buying money to put back in my drawer. While I'm doing this, we're getting robbed. In and out. The guy gives a note. I have a gun, give me the money. The girl had to do it. Her name was Ether. She handled it like a champion. The news interviewed her and everything. The bank changed my life. It's funny because of the 6 degrees of separation. If I hadn't worked at that bank, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. As I progressed, I started turning new people on. The computer. I had this girl and she changed the whole course of my existence. 100%. I was in a very small town where everybody knows each other. After work we'd go smoke joints together. I had good hash that my boyfriend would send me from Canada and she had good weed, so we'd trade. I liked her, but I was going through my separation, my divorce with this motherfucker. This girl, I had one love, maybe 4 guys in my life, few 4. Here's this girl telling me on Monday she fucks him. On Tuesday she fucks him. This Russian guy, this guy. In 1 week she fucks literally more than what I fucked in my entire existence. I never judged her. I was fascinated by how easy it was for her to not only talk about it, but live it completely, fully. She was like a happy slut, a fulfilled slut that worked at a bank. And every once in a while she was fucking Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. Z. I couldn't relate because you can only relate with what you know. One day she told me, Riley, you have a broom in your ass? You're so stuck up. You have so much potential, but you just don't know where to start. She told me she'd take me to a party in San Francisco called the Pleasure Zone. Those parties definitely changed the whole course of my life again. She brought me there and told me it was going to be a sexy party where you wear lingerie. My ex-husband wasn't the type of guy who'd even let you wear lingerie for him. It was out of the question to wear lingerie in public. But she talked me into it. We went. I was in lycra, no lace, no garter, no big hair. As basic as you can make someone. I had stripper shoes she gave me that were way too big, a lycra thong and bra. When I walked into that club, that party, I knew instantly something wasn't normal. I was terrified of the girls being catty because girls are always catty. But no, this party wasn't catty at all. All the girls literally froze on you. Come, bite butt, take selfies, come to my table. All the dudes were in the background, the most behaved men you ever seen. Nobody's hitting on you but the women. I'm thinking, is this like a lesbian party with guys in the background watching? Come meet my husband. Hi, come meet my husband. I told the girl I was with I needed to smoke a cigarette. I'm outside thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm stuck with her. It's her car. I'm stuck for the rest of the night. Everybody's biting my ass. Wants to take selfies, wants to introduce me to their husband, boyfriend, husband. I don't have a boyfriend or husband. I came with my girlfriend. We're being looked at like meat. Like pepperoni pizza ready to be eaten. I don't like it. Now I'm outside and woman number 2 changed the whole course of my life. This bombshell comes toward me. She was my age now back then, 12 years older than me, 30, pushing 40, unbelievably hot. Ponytail, little dimpled, big lips. She just was it. Her energy, something about her vibe was just, I don't know how to explain, like I want to be you, tell me how to be you. It was mesmerizing. She asked me for a cigarette. Sometimes smoking can definitely join people. That cigarette changed everything. If I wouldn't have been there at that very moment, I wouldn't be here right now. It would be completely different. Maybe I'd still be at the bank or corporate world, broke or whatever. She asked who I was with. Are you with a boyfriend or husband? Again, I'm like, no, I came with my girlfriend. She's like, oh, are you one of those unicorns? I guess I didn't know that unicorns back in the day was what they called single women who come to swinger parties and fuck couples. I had no fucking idea how crazy that night was gonna get just because of that answer. She's like, come meet my husband. This time, let's go meet your husband. I'm sure your husband is hot. There's no way your husband isn't a heartthrob. She was a doll, absolutely whoa. So we go to the table and yes, husband is next level. They're telling me they have kids, knew each other for 14 years. I'm going through separation. It's almost like this perfect couple, the power couple. You look at them and want to throw up because they're so fucking cute. Those couples you just envy, of course I paid attention to them. I was completely charmed and charmed that they were charmed by me. Are you kidding me? You have all those beautiful women and you want me at your table. So I went with it. Tequila makes you do bad things to good people or good things to bad people. Tequila is poison. Next thing you know, this party's been a meet and greet. You're not doing nothing too crazy at that party. It's pretty much to mingle. At 2 a.m., it's all there. I can't reach the girl from the bank who brought me. She's gone. I have no idea where she is. Straight to voicemail. I'm stuck. So I'm stuck with Barbie and Ken. They're telling me, do you want to come with us? They lived over the bridge in Sausalito, which I'd never been to. Usually your mom tells you stranger danger, but with tequila, there's no more danger. With strangers. With tequila, you just follow literally anyone that looks cool. So I went and it was good. I lost my virginity for sure that night. I was with Barbie and Ken, gorgeousness. Something about those two, I don't know, sent from heaven or something. I did stuff that night with them that I can't really describe. Or pronounce at that time. I don't even know how to pronounce what I'm doing with them, but it's cool because I'm having 3 orgasms. Oh man, it lasted all night. It was ridiculous. We did a lot of things, definitely. They were ready to call me a taxi back because I finally connected with my girlfriend who left me like a piece of shit to go fuck this couple, which ended up being great because it changed my life. But before the taxi arrived, they gave me an envelope. I thought they were cool enough to print pictures. Remember we had that back in the day. Little cards to put in the computer and print pictures. I thought they printed pictures of us at the table, kissing, just whatever. I didn't open the envelope, put it in my purse. I was exhausted from the night. I didn't realize it was money in that envelope until I woke up. When I wanted to see the pictures, it wasn't pictures. It was a lot of money. I'm a banker, so I'm counting 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm looking at the bills confused, super confused. Mega confused, mortified. I called them asking what the fuck, and we got pretty intoxicated with alcohol. So I wanted to make sure they didn't give me money instead of pictures by mistake. I'm kind of honest, I should have just taken it as is. But I asked what the fuck this money was about. The pictures. He's confused about the pictures. I'm confused about the money. Then, Riley, weren't you working? I'm like, bro, no, I'm a banker. What makes you think I was working? Well, you were the only single girl in a swinger club, so we thought you were working. I'm like, no. Not even close. What is a swinger club? That's my question to them. I don't even know what a swinger club was. That's how naive. I was about everything, absolutely naive, more than naive. When I look back, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? What a fucking dumbass. Obviously, I hang up the phone and ask myself, shit, can you do that again? We're talking about 3 orgasms, good orgasms. Good shit we did that night. Almost like opening Pandora's box and getting paid for it. Big time. When I was counting the money, I was so in disbelief I was gonna cry because it was so absurd that in one night I made enough to go back to the surface of my debt because my ex-husband put me in deep financial sheets. He took everything I had. So I had to go back to the surface and boom, like from heaven. I told you earlier how the universe manifests in mysterious ways. I have goosebumps because the chance of this happening to me was 000. I was educated by a philosopher mom who's so articulate, so smart, so delicate that it was impossible for even her to think one day I could take this road. It was difficult for her, but she understood. Today, my mom is absolutely proud of me 100%. She understood everything. She even knows that I'm Tinkerbell. I'm Tinkerbell. I come to your life to sprinkle absolute magic. If I need to be a bitch, I will be a bitch though. I will readjust you and put you back in your place faster than my own shadow. I will never make a man believe he's a good man when he's a piece of shit. That's not helping that person, and it's not helping the world, but I am Tinkerbell 100%. I'm a bitch when I need to be, and I sprinkle fucking magic. Not only was my mom smart enough to recognize it, she embraces it. 100%, I'm so far from being a prostitute and so far from being even an escort. I'm a sex artist. And I did not pick that job. The job picked me. Again, it was sent from this crazy angel, either fucking cracked or so clever. It was just the perfect scenario for me. Blindly and effortlessly, once I had a pinky toe in that little Pandora box, I was instantly good at it. Not only that, when I hung up the phone and asked myself, can you do this again? 100%, but I only decided to do it every last Saturday of each month. Maybe because I needed some normal and some structure into the deviancy. I don't like when it's chaotic dots, so every last Saturday of each month, I became Riley. They gave me the name, not me. Riley. Every one of those amazing parties, they don't have them anymore, but the Pleasure Zone parties were amazing. Everybody who's gonna look at this now who went there, oh yeah, those parties were the shit, 100%. They made me very quickly. For 8 months, every last Saturday of each month, I became Riley and kept working at the bank. It's not even me who made the choice. You have life and options. Option A, work at the bank, make 160 hours, $3,000, 30 to 35 on a good month with commission. Then you make that per night. When you reach $10,000 per month with couples calling you more than every last Saturday. At this point, it was from left to right. I was getting hit up from left to right because of referrals. I didn't advertise. It was natural, organic. Throw my way, it's almost like life is aiming at you. And either it's like dodgeball or you make a lemon drop with sugar. Rim. I took the opportunity. It was obvious that when you make $3,000 here but 10 here, you're not going to keep going there and exhaust yourself. I was exhausted. I hate the alarm clock. It would make me cringe. After 7 years of this screaming. Alarm clock, wake up for this motherfucker, be a slave, no fucking way, no more. It was so refreshing suddenly to snooze it. I told my branch manager she was the shit. This woman. I have to say she was a hustler in her own way. She knew how to go on golf courses, would give me advice about reaching smart businessmen. She became branch manager because she knew how to hustle in the right fields. I told her I needed to talk with her. We went to the conference room, and I told her everything. She had such an actress profile, this blown, gorgeous 50-year-old woman. She had a lot going on, little Mercedes, love life for sure. I remember her face, her eyes, when I told her what I was doing. She's like, Riley, good for you. If I would be your age, I would do it all over again. She told me that. So I went. Full-time, I was starting to write a book called The Extraordinary Stories of an Ordinary Girl, about how suddenly my ascension from housewife and corporate prisoner one single night, few hours, not even a lot, was enough to change the whole course of the fucking direction. I was writing about that with little chapters and titles. With couples, it's cool, it's awesome, but you can get somewhat repetitive. I need more for the book. Sent from heaven again, the universe manifested again without really trying. I was flipping through channels on demand and see a house. I click. It's the Bunny Ranch, the HBO show about the Bunny Ranch. I'm so fascinated. Oh, Jesus Christ. I remember thinking, you kidding me? I've been in America for all those years, and there's a place in the middle of nowhere where you can make 5 to 10 grand per hour? I'm going. I emailed Madame Suzanne and told her I was kind of a sugar baby, a unicorn. I didn't even know how to call myself back then. Maybe I'd be a good addition to the team. She gets back to me, I need 3 pictures. I send pictures. 5 fucking minutes later, my phone rings. She's telling me, we want you, can you be here on Wednesday? We got your plane ticket on the house. I'm like, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna have so much to write in the book. Oh, holy shit, man. I don't even know what I was signing up for, but yeah, I did it. When I look back, I was bold. I had more balls back then than now. When I was at the airport, she asked, what's your name, your stage name? I'm like, I don't know. Well, a stage name, everybody has a stage name. Oh, Riley. Riley what? Riley Rose. What a dumb name, though. Right? But it worked out at the airport. There was a sign, Miss Riley Rose, pretty much like you're at the Reno airport. And everybody knows there's a guy in a nice suit wanting Miss Riley Rose, which is definitely a weird name. I'm approaching this big old guy with a suit with my suitcase. He takes it and brings me to a limo, extended limo with Bunny Ranch on the little plate, American style. I opened the door. Well, he opened it and there were 6 girls, beautiful girls in the limo. Oh my God, welcoming me properly, girl style. Screaming cool, I was the last one they were gonna pick up. I guess they consolidate whoever arrives and put them in the limo. We're about 7 girls. From Reno to the Bunny Ranch, I had a briefing of 35 minutes. You charge this for this. If this guy does that, we do this. When one told me you can ask up to 10 grand in the VIP room, I remember trying to wrap myself around the idea. Wait, what? 10 grand, 1 hour in this room? Oh yeah, every time. You're gonna have a lot of money. You're from Paris. I'm like, my head is spinning. 35 minutes of 6 girls telling you that's how we do it. It's a dream. I'm waiting for the catch because in Canada, if it's too good to be true, it is. But no, the Bunny Ranch was. Next level. The limo arrives, we're parking. I remember the arrow clinking, click, 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 girls, 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 and arrow. American style. I'm from fucking Toronto and I see this girls, girls, girls. It looked cheap. I don't know how to explain. It's not glamorous, not sophisticated. It's not like classy. It's this arrow clinking American style. I had that feeling like, what are you doing here? From the outside, it kind of looks strange, like a trailer almost. But the inside, it was glamorous inside. Velvet, little fireplace, the parlor really well done, the bar. Motherfucker, it was this group of girls. The energy of those girls was almost borderline ghetto. It came at me, I couldn't even understand the slang because I'm Canadian. I couldn't understand everything. I couldn't understand what they were saying. At the bar was this little girl I met, Melody. Posh, green eyes, super light and alone. I kind of gravitated toward her. I'm Riley. Hi, Melody. She's like, you want a tour? Yeah, she's showing me everything. I kind of leaned on her because I couldn't relate with the other ones. I go with energies, and I didn't feel like I fit in that group of girls. I felt like if I would approach them, they were like hyenas ready to jump. I could feel it in the energy. I'm sensitive to things. I could feel aggressivity in the look, the way they looked, the body language. Long story short, they do test you. 100% of those bitches will test you to the max. There were stories that circulated, they would put bleach in your shampoo, they would sabotage big time. Those girls would sabotage kind of the top dogs, top cats, 100%. What was funny with those bitches was if you were successful, you were the dirty hustler. I didn't even know what it meant. Imagine being called a dirty hustler when you don't even know what the fuck it means. What dirty hustler really means at the Bunny Ranch is you make more money than me and you are dirty hustling. No, you're just cuter and have more game and the guy wants you versus her. But you are a dirty hustler. You had to deal with the girls throwing names at you like you're the dirty hustler of the week. It was intense. Those girls, as soon as you arrived, you're the new one, fresh meat, and they put you to the test. Imagine me not knowing much of the codes, the lingo, hearing for the first time like trick. Why you call them trick? Like, what is the trick? Even going into depth, I could not understand why you use all those names, the lingo. I was so Canadian there, super fucking Canadian. One in particular came to me and said, you are not gonna last a week here. In my head, I'm like, wanna bet? Don't underestimate little Riley. I have way more street smart than you think. Life is balanced, street smart, book smart. You balance between the two. Too much street smart, you're a gangster. Too much book smart, you're a nerd. Be a gangster nerd. I'm a gangster nerd, motherfucker. I showed those bitches respect, 100%. It wasn't easy. It took me a good month. I cried in my room. It was so bad. But let's go back to the first day. The first day, you have to pass STD tests. You have to pass background checks. You have to be a super good girl. No arrests, no felonies, nothing. You have to be completely clean from STDs. Once you pass that, which is pretty much a day after, you get that little message. Riley, get ready for the floor. Reality hits you like a bomb. Jesus fucking Christ, get ready. But get ready for what? I put my little cool stuff. Mind you, 12 years ago, I was quite fresh. It was kind of effortless for me to put something cute. I was so self-conscious that I didn't even believe in myself. Every single lineup the first day, I was transparent. I see this cowboy, this old dirty dude, and I'm like, no, 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 no. But the first day, 15 minutes before my shift, there's the bell. The bell means you have to line up. You run. You always have your shoes close to the parlor so you can jump in and be first. If the guy's here and you're from here to here, it's good. If you're over there, it's not good. He's not gonna pick you. This motherfucker is scared. He has 23 bitches looking at him. Pick me, pick me, pick me. This guy suddenly feels that small 100%. But I managed that time to be in the right place, right time. He locks eyes with me. He's cute. 15 minutes before my shift. Mind you, I had no work that day, nothing. I'm asking myself, can you even do this? What are you doing here? But him, he's adorable. Something about him, his energy, we lock eyes. I already knew. He picked me, and he did. He picked me. Fuck, I remember I shook. What next? What are you supposed to do? You go on the tour. At the bunny ranch, you're supposed to show this room and this room. This room is this much. This room is this much. Oh look, we have a medical room where we get our vaginas checked by a doctor on a weekly basis, so we're clean. You have to do this like Neiman Marcus, same, but different. Brainwash if sell your shit out with him. Since I didn't know how to really sell my shit, I just went with whatever came out of me. He totally let it, and he was so sweet. I don't remember meeting a man that polite and that gentle. Something about his vibe was just, he made me feel comfortable instantly. We ended up going to the VIP room, $2,000. My first client, $2,000. I never saw this much money in my life. $2,000 in 1 hour, fuck. And you know what? He was so gentle, so sweet. Nothing like what I expected. He talked to me like a human being, asked about my life, where I came from. We barely did anything crazy. It was more like he wanted companionship than anything else. When it was over, he gave me an extra tip and said, "You're gonna do great here. Riley, you're different from the other girls." Different. That word stuck with me. Maybe I was different. Maybe that's why I was good at this stuff. From that day on, everything changed. Word spread fast at the ranch. Within a week, guys were specifically asking for Riley. The other girls started getting really jealous really fast. The dirty hustler comments increased. But you know what? I didn't give a fuck anymore. I was making money, serious money, and for the first time in my life, I felt powerful. The clients weren't what you'd expect either. Sure, there were some weirdos. Some holes, but most of them, they were just lonely guys. Businessmen traveling, divorced dads, guys who couldn't connect with women in their regular lives. They wanted to feel special, wanted someone to listen to them, make them feel like they mattered. And I was good at that shit. I stayed at the ranch for about 6 months total. Made enough money to not only pay off all my debt, but to start fresh somewhere new. But the politics with the girls got too intense. The sabotage, the backstabbing, it was exhausting. One girl actually tried to steal my regular clients by telling them I was leaving soon. Another one spread rumors that I was using drugs, which was complete bullshit. The final straw was when this bitch named Crystal, and that wasn't even her real name, put something in my drink at the bar one night. I don't know what it was, but I ended up passing out and missing 3 appointments. Cost me like $8,000 that night. I knew it was her because she was working those exact clients I was supposed to see. That's when I realized this wasn't sustainable long term. Not because of the work itself, but because of the environment, the other girls, the constant drama. I talked to Madame Suzanne and told her I needed to move on. She understood. She even offered me a recommendation to work independently, which was huge. So I left Nevada and moved to Los Angeles. That's where I really became Riley the sex artist. In LA, everything's different. But clients are richer, more sophisticated. A lot of them are in entertainment, actors, directors, producers. Some are tech guys, Wall Street types who fly in just to see me. I built my own client base through referrals. No agencies, no madams taking a cut. Just me, my business, my rules. I screen everyone thoroughly, charge premium rates, and only see clients I actually want to see. It's not about the money anymore. Well, not just about the money. It's about the art of it, the psychology, understanding what people really need. Some clients want the girlfriend experience. Others want to explore fantasies they can't with their wives. Some just want to talk to someone who won't judge them. I've become part therapist, part performer, part confidant. And I'm damn good at it. My mom eventually found out what I was doing. It took her a while to come around, but she did. She saw how I transformed my life, how confident and successful I'd become. She said, "Riley, I raised you to be independent and strong. If this is how you choose to use those qualities, then I support you." Today, I make more in a month than most people make in a year. I own my own place in the hills, drive whatever car I want, travel whenever I feel like it. But more than that, I'm helping people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm providing a service that society pretends doesn't exist but desperately needs. I'm not a victim. I'm not broken. I'm not damaged goods. I'm a businesswoman who happens to work in an industry that makes people uncomfortable. But you know what? Everything about sex makes people uncomfortable until they need it. So yeah, that's my story. From small-town Canadian girl to LA sex artist, did I ever think my life would turn out this way? Hell no, but I don't regret a single moment of it. This job picked me and I picked it right back. And if you're judging me right now, ask yourself this. When's the last time you were truly honest about what you wanted? When's the last time you went after something that scared the shit out of you but felt right in your gut? When's the last time you said fuck it to what everyone else expected and did what made you happy? I did all that and I'm living my best. Fucking life because of it. I'm Riley. I'm a sex artist. And this is my story.